Good morning. My name is Joelle, and I will be your conference operator today. At this time, I would like to welcome everyone to the Invesque Annual General Meeting. All lines have been placed on mute to prevent any background noise. I will now turn the call over to Mr. Adley Chester, Chief Executive Officer of the company.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Annual Meeting of Invesque Inc. My name is Adley Chester, and I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Invesque. I am pleased to be here today to preside over this meeting. Before we begin the formal proceedings, I would like to introduce two of my colleagues, Jim Reese and Julie Michael. On behalf of the board, I would like to thank those shareholders who have chosen to attend the meeting today and those who submitted their proxies in advance. In order to ensure we have a complete record of those present, I would ask anyone who has not yet given his or her name to the scrutineer to please do so now. With the permission of the meeting, I would like to begin with the formal matters to be dealt with at this meeting, following which I will answer any questions you may have. With the consent of the meeting, I will ask Jim Reese to act as Secretary of the meeting and Louise Waltenberry of Computershare to act as scrutineer. I have been advised that on May 20th, 2026, the notice calling the meeting together with a form of proxy and the Management Information Circular were mailed to each shareholder of record as of May 6th, 2026. The record date for the meeting. We have received an affidavit of mailing from our transfer agent, and I ask that the Secretary keep a copy of it with the minutes. I have been provided with a preliminary scrutineer's report indicating that 855,657,087 shares are present in person or represented by proxy, meaning a quorum is present. As such, I declare that this meeting has been duly convened and constituted. When the formal report of the scrutineer is available, it will be kept with the minutes of the meeting. Each share represented at this meeting is entitled to one vote. Unless a ballot is demanded, voting on all matters will be conducted by a show of hands. In order to make the best use of our time today, certain individuals have been asked to move and second various motions. This is not intended to limit in any way your right to participate in the meeting. Shareholders who wish to make comments relating to these motions may do so after the motion has been seconded. There will also be an opportunity later to ask general questions. We will now proceed to the first item of business for the meeting and present the financial statements of Invesque for the year ended December 31st, 2025. A copy of the financial statements was previously made available to shareholders, and additional copies are available. Shareholders do not have to take any action regarding the financial statements, but if any shareholder has a question relating to the statements, I suggest that they be asked later in the meeting when I take general questions. The next item of business is the election of directors. Invesque currently has 5 directors whose term of office will expire at the end of the meeting, and the number of directors to be elected at this meeting is 5. Each of the current directors is a nominee for election. The Management Information Circular sets out the particulars for all nominees. In addition to myself, the nominees for election are Brad Bimbo, Sean Hawkins, Gail Steinle, and Scott White. If elected, these nominees will hold office until the next annual meeting of shareholders or until his or her successor is elected or appointed. I will now ask Jim Reese to move and Julie Michael to second a formal motion for the nomination of directors of the company.
Mr. Chairman, I nominate each of the 5 nominees listed in the Management Information Circular as directors of Invesque.
Mr. Chairman, I second the nomination.
Thank you. As there are no further nominations, I declare nominations closed. Consistent with Invesque's commitment to good governance and is now required by the rules of the Toronto Stock Exchange, the Board of Directors has adopted a majority voting policy relating to the election of directors. Details regarding this policy are provided in the Management Information Circular. Under the policy, a director is required to tender his or her resignation if he or she receives more withhold votes than votes cast for his or her election. Based on the proxies received for the election of directors, if elected, none of the nominees would have to tender their resignation under the policy. I will now ask Jim Reese to move and Julie Michael to second a formal motion for the election of each of the 5 persons nominated as directors of the company.
Mr. Chairman, I move that each of the 5 persons nominated are hereby elected as directors of Invesque to hold office until the next annual meeting of shareholders or until they resign or their successors are elected or appointed.
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
All in favor, please raise your hand. Contrary, if any? Thank you. I declare the motion carried. The nominees listed in the Management Information Circular have been duly elected as directors of the company until the next annual meeting of the shareholders or until they resign or their successors are elected or appointed. The next item of business is the appointment of KPMG LLP as auditors of the company. Jim Reese, may I have a motion to appoint the auditors, please?
Mr. Chairman, I move that KPMG LLP be appointed as the auditors of Invesque to hold office until the next annual meeting of the shareholders or until its successor is duly appointed, and that the directors of the company be authorized to fix their remuneration.
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Thank you. We will now vote on the motion. All in favor, please raise your hand. Contrary, if any? Thank you. I declare the resolution carried. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now completed the formal part of the meeting. If there is no further business, I will ask Jim Reese for a motion to terminate the meeting.
Mr. Chairman, I move that the meeting be terminated.
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Thank you. All those in favor, please raise your hand. Contrary, if any? I declare the motion carried and the meeting terminated. I am now pleased to answer any questions that you may have with respect to the company, its financial statements, and operations during the year. Thank you. If there are no questions, I would like to thank everyone for attending this meeting and for your support of the company. We look forward to seeing you again next year.